Hey there, want to sound more natural when speaking American English? Today, we're going to dive deep into practice dialogues that help you hone in on intonation. Intonation is the melody of the language, is the secret to sounding dynamic, lively, confident, and engaging. So let's get right into it. So here's actually a short, I want to say, dialogue that shows examples of all the different types of intonation. And I'm going to read the paragraph for you once, and then I'm going to walk you through each of the different types of intonation. As you can see, I already put some arrows here and there. But before we get into that, you can think of intonation as the rising and the falling of the pitch of your voice. So let me give you just a simple example. If your pitch is low, it sounds more like this. But if it's high, it goes up, like it's a scale of different tones of your voice. And intonation consists essentially of the rising and falling of your voice, or the rising and falling of the pitch in your voice. Okay, let's get into it. Rachel, is that you? Hi, Emily. I didn't recognize you at first. Did you lose weight? As a matter of fact, I lost 20 pounds. Really? How did you do it? Well, I stopped eating cake, ice cream, potato chips, and candy bars. And I started eating healthier foods like salads, fruit, nuts, and vegetables. Wow! I have to say, you look amazing. Do you really think so? Absolutely. So let's get into it. So the first type of intonation is rising intonation. As you can see, I put an arrow that goes up. That means at the end of this phrase, your voice should go up. So in rising intonation, you raise the pitch of your voice at the end of the phrase. And we use intonation in yes or no questions. So an example would be, is that you? Is that you? Because you can only answer the question with yes or no. So you raise the pitch at the end and say, is that you? So that's the first type of intonation. The second is falling intonation. Falling intonation is used in the next phrase, so to speak. As you can see, the arrow goes down, and we use falling intonation when there are simple statements like matters of truth or just statements which are not questions. So statements are essentially the opposite of questions. So hi Emily, that's a statement, and your pitch goes down. Hi Emily. Then this the second is also like a statement because she just says that she didn't recognize her. It's not a question. So pitch goes down at the last word first. I didn't recognize you at first. Then did you lose weight? Again, remember, is a yes no question the same as in the very beginning, because you can only answer did you lose weight with yes or no. So the pitch goes up at the last word. Did you lose weight? Then we have the third type of intonation, which is called non-final intonation. And you can see this in this example, in this phrase. Non-final intonation is when the pitch rises and falls within a sentence or word. So this is often used with introductory phrases, for example, as a matter of fact. So as a matter of fact, you don't go down because you want to express to your listeners that you're not done. You're only introducing the second part of the total phrase. So your voice goes up after fact. As a matter of fact, I lost 20 pounds. So you go up and then down. Still, it's one phrase, but within that phrase, you go up after the introduction and down when the sentence is essentially wrapped up. We also use that I want to say this rising and falling, this non-final intonation when we have singer words like really or wow or absolutely. These are very emotional words. So instead of just pronouncing them as really wow, which would sound very flat, we rise and fall really. So it's like an arch, which is above that word. Really? Wow, absolutely. You can see I put here an arch here and here. Then we already had that. It's again falling intonation is also used in questions that can't be answered with yes or no. So questions that begin with how, for example. We don't say how do you do it, so we don't go up, but we go down because this is a question that can't be simply answered with yes or no. Then we have this again, non-final intonation in this phrase again, and we do it in this phrase because it's a series of words. So the series of words, so as you can see, there are different items that are the cake, ice cream, potato chips, candy bars, and here's salads, fruits, nuts, and vegetables, items that are listed in a series. So we use non-final intonation in a sense that the voice raises at the end of each item. That's why I put the arrow up here after cream, put chips, salad, fruits, nuts, raises at each item, but falls with the final item, like candy bars in this enumeration. So this, as you can see, this enumeration starts with cake and ends with bars. So it goes up, up, up the intonation and falls with bars. Here it's salad, fruits, nuts, and vegetables, and it falls with vegetables. So I can read it to you again so you can see it. I stopped eating cake, ice cream, potato chips, and candy bars. Healthier food like salads, fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Yeah, and here again, just to wrap it up, we have this introductory phrase I have to say, so the pitch goes up. You look amazing, goes down. And then again, a yes or no question. Do you really think so? And then absolutely. So we can read it once again, and you can try to repeat after me or read with me and focus on the arrows that go up and down and try to match the pitch, the highs and lows of your pitch with the arrow. Rachel, is that you? Hi, Emily. I didn't recognize you at first. Did you lose weight? As a matter of fact, I lost 20 pounds. Really? How did you do it? Well, I stopped eating cake, ice cream, potato chips, and candy bars. And I started eating healthier foods like salad, fruit, nuts, and vegetables. Wow, I have to say, you look amazing. Do you really think so? Absolutely. So, guys, that was a great practice session. Let me know what you want to practice next, and you have a good one.